Hello everybody, welcome back to Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It is good to be back. So if you tuned in and caught the live streams last week, you will know that I have wrapped up pretty much everything that I need to do in terms of extra content. We've left nothing behind. We got a couple of cool abilities. Going the wrong way, I wanted to head back to my ship. It's a good start. Yeah, we got a couple of cool abilities, so now it's time to press on with the story. So if you do the usual YouTube stuff, like, comment and subscribe, and also stick around to the end of the video where there will be links to additional content on my channel just in case you need to catch up. And let's get back in charge of the longship, which I beached. Hopefully it's just gonna reverse. Aha, we've encountered a glitch. There we go. Come on, lads.
Stop, you idiot.
There we go. Now we should be able to follow the coast.
More sail!
And head for the objective. Here we go.
Sing, my ravens.
So yeah, if you caught the live streams last week, one, thank you for joining. It's always good fun to live stream the extra sort of bits that you're having to do. That way I'm not wasting episodes. You know, the episodes can just be the story. You guys can follow the story at your own pace. But if you want to see more of what the game has to offer, you can jump in and join in the live streams. There's just a bit of friendly chat and, you know, talking about Assassin's Creed, talking about gaming in general. And it gives me a chance to show you guys more of what the game has to offer. That's just a quick comment on the difficulty there. It's if you don't have the power level for certain areas, the fights become extremely challenging, very, very tough to sort of manage. They can actually, overwhelming enemies can kill you pretty much in one hit, to be perfectly honest, so you've got to be careful. One of the things that I did find quite difficult about this game was when you get to England, there's various Templar enemies riding up and down the roads, and they can ride across county lines. So while the county that you're in might have a power level that's appropriate for you, this knight might come riding in that's like overwhelmingly difficult, and it's just because the way his pathfinding works is he just follows this road that happens to go in, so you can end up fighting overwhelming enemies even when you think you're in a safe place.
Have you ever seen so many ships docked at once?
Never, nor has there been a gathering of kings so large as this.
So here we have the Gathering of Kings. I don't think I can get anything here. Oh no, I can. This area is relatively safe for me as long as I stay here within this, what's the name of the place? Alrikstead. As long as I stay within Alrikstead, I'm fine. Anything that I have to fight, if I'm forced to fight, is pretty much at my level. But if I was to go out into the world, say to do this mystery or this one here, the enemies that I'd find would be so powerful that I'd probably, I'm 99% sure I'd be dead in one hit, especially at this stage of the game with the equipment I've got and the abilities I've got. So it's just a note to sort of pay attention to that, and you don't want to ruin the experience for yourself. There is nothing worse. So we need to find Sigurd,
Show me what lies ahead.
and we're gonna find him over here in the sort of drinking area. So let's head in that direction. There is a mystery here though. Don't know what this is. No, sorry, it's a side mission, not a mystery.
My love for you rises tall and strong like the tree of life.
Do not promise me a mighty branch and then let me down with a tiny twig.
Freya's beard, it has wilted again. I cannot remain firm when you talk to me like that.
Does everyone in Alrekstadir play their love game so loudly?
No, it's just my husband. He cannot satisfy his wife.
Oh dear.
Ah, old age.
No, he's still young and fit. It was not always so. He could not keep us apart when we were raiding.
He would plow you during raids.
Our first time was in the middle of a burning village. After a while, the crew made us stop. They said it was distracting.
Love can burn brighter near death. Have you tried revisiting these memories?
Yeah, but talking about it is not the same. I need to feel it, smell it.
So you need to bring the excitement of the raid into your bed.
You could help us pretend we are raiding. That will make my water flow. Come, we must tell my husband.
I was only well, all right.
Wow.
Grab your weapon, you big, strong Vikinger. Today we raid.
A raid? Now?
Join me in the blood dance. Fill me with your battle lust.
Oh, yes, yes! Let us go, Viking! Maybe you could start by breaking things.
And scream as you do, like it is really happening.
Okay.
It is amusing, but not arousing.
Yeah, it does not feel real enough.
Maybe you need more fire, like your first time.
Yes! Burn down our house! Burn it to the ground!
Wow. But we're gonna do what they say. Genuinely. Whoops. That one failed. A bit like the man himself. So did that one. Having a bit of difficulty getting this to, getting it up. Just like they did. Do I actually have to be inside to do this? Okay. Maybe I just have to set fire to the... It's a lot harder to burn down a house than I thought it was going to be.
What did it? I am as hard as Heimdall's tower.
Brilliant.
Then ram me like the Valgrin's gates and enter Valhalla. Take all plunder you want, Vikinger. And take us also and let the love hunger consume you.
Another time, maybe. But I will help myself to your chest.
Wow. Did I get the thing out of here? Yeah. Yeah, it's just not come up. Well, that was... interesting. Hopefully they go on to live a long and happy life together. Ah, brilliant. The episode's 10 minutes in and already the weirdness of Assassin's Creed has struck. Fantastic. Let's jump in and spend these skill points. So... where were we going here? Ah, we wanted the chain assassination, so we were here. From here we can get... Spear and Scythe is not really something I want just yet, because it's not fighting. Assassination damage I will take. Ooh, ability damage, yeah, I'll take that. Because that's going to lead to an extra adrenaline slot, so I'll be able to use abilities more. And there's my Predator Bow guided arrow. So we'll work our way up towards that next. Fantastic.
Your clan is a foul stench.
We are strong, Ergi.
Yes, strong with stink.
Step closer, Sealface, and say that again!
I said your stench is strong. That's your only strength.
Yeah,
Your
I'm
stench.
thinking that's
I will
my...
feed your teeth, wrapped in your tongue, Bakra.
Here we go. I have found Sigurd.
You have just won your heart's desire, Eivor. Yet by the look on your face, you have lost your will to live.
Gorm is here with the last of his men. Why does that troll dare to show his face?
Leave it for another day. We are here under Harald's truce, and Gorm is too weak to try anything bold.
He's a seed stain on his father's trousers. I should wipe him from this world.
Not tonight, Eivor. Leave it.
Yeah, breaking the truce would not be good.
Basim, watch over this one, and see that she warms herself with drink. I will find my father and escort him to the Longhouse.
As you wish.
Basim.
Is Hytham well?
He will heal, but never fully recover. It is fortunate that you were able to succeed where he failed.
My resolve was strong.
When you slew Kjotve, did you see a sigil on him? Silver, the size of my palm, bearing the symbol of an ash tree?
Take it. Trade it for what you can.
I know where Gorm is camped. If you wish to see him without anyone the wiser, there is a trick I can teach you.
Already looking for another apprentice. All right, I'll bite. What do I do?
Use your cloak to obscure your face. Blend into the crowd. Divert attention. Hide in plain sight.
Is this how your Brotherhood operates? You sneak around in the daylight, stabbing your victims where they stand.
Said like that, you make me blush. We are seekers of justice, shepherds of man's will. We work in the dark to serve the light.
I suppose there's no shame in using deception when honor is at stake. And Gorm is a stain on that honor.
Then let's see what can be done to cleanse that stain. Give it a try.
So this is the introduction to social stealth, but I don't think...
A few things you should know before you step into his camp. Walking unseen through hostile territory is an exercise in subtlety.
Oh, there's a skill point here.
A hood makes you forgettable, dismissed at a distance. Remain far from watchful eyes, and you will be invisible to them. Do not draw blade or hammer, for these and other sudden movements can break your disguise.
Is he cloaked up, so I'll need to cloak up as well.
And in case I wasn't clear, you will need to put up your hood for the trick to work.
Here we go. So by putting up the hood, Eivor wraps herself in her cloak, hiding weapons, basically making herself
Gorm is
appear
there,
harmless.
in the camp ahead.
So this will become a hostile area, but as long as I'm not too oblivious, sorry, not too oblivious, as long as I'm not too obvious.
Drinking mead on an empty stomach.
You have to eat something before drinking that much.
How does that go? Feed before meat.
I have some roasted lamb on the spit. Are you coming?
I just have to make sure that I'm quiet, subtle, not too obvious. See.
You there, a word! Hey now! You're dead!
Failed. Think it'll take me back to the start.
No shit! You're mine!
That was entirely my fault. But the stealth mechanics aren't as good in this game. It's the only criticism that I'd make. It's not really possible to hide in plain sight the way that the assassins do. Partly because Eivor's not trained for it. The parry window is massive. Where did that guy shield? Oh, I never broke it, did I? Well. Yeah, that was... I should have went around here and then approached from here and I would have got in fine, but hey-ho.
Eivor!
You Arker shit! Take up your weapon and follow me beyond these walls. Let Odin's favor land where it may.
You dare not break the king's peace here. So fuck you and your god talk. What say you to that?
You are all subject to King Harald's truce. Break his peace and you will be cast out of Alrikstad.
I'll give you no trouble. You were shed into this world without honor, Gorm, and you will leave as a turd, dumped into hell's deepest ditch.
Keep crowing, Eivor. You only make yourself an easier target.
Well, that...
Yalding will have started. I should find Sigurd.
I believe an Alding is a meeting of kings. But again, I'm not 100% on Scandinavian history. I never studied any. And my knowledge of Viking history comes from the British perspective. From where they landed during the raids in England and Scotland. So I don't really know the complete story, I only know it from one perspective. And I don't want to misquote, because there's nothing worse. That's what I'm after is underneath me. Let the pigs loose in the house. And the cellar key is gone. And it's your turn to dig through the shit. Not my turn, but whoever's turn it was to... Now is this the cellar entrance? No, where is the cellar entrance? We find that. At the front here? Right, so it's got to be inside then, no? Yeah, it has to be inside. Maybe this was it after all then. Nope. Am I just missing the obvious again? I don't think so. Aha! Got to remember to check my environment a lot better than I do. If I'd actually bothered to have a proper look then, instead of just spinning the camera wildly. So here we unlock another ability. The mark of death. Might as well unlock that now while we're here. So the mark of death is a ranged ability. Mark sighted enemies. Ah, right, okay. So I can mark enemies and then fire a volley at them instead of... Yeah. We'll just stick that in square. It's similar to an ability from Odyssey. It was called something, I think it was called Hunter's Mark in Odyssey. So the idea is that you mark a certain number of enemies and then you fire a volley of arrows, as it says. You just fire basically at every target simultaneously. And you can take out multiple targets with one hit. I see where it is. So we'll go round and try and sneak up on it. Lol, I'm sneaking up on a page. Unbelievable. I swear sometimes that these things are sentient because the amount of pain in the backside that they can give you. Which you can see as I chase this. Getting closer. Getting closer. Yeah. Right. There's another bit of wealth here somewhere.
Stretch your wings, Sunan.
There's a mystery there. That's the main mission. There's a treasure up there. But I don't think it's like the wealth treasure. I don't see it either. Maybe I'll just have to wait for it. You know what, let's just press on with the main story. I can always come back towards the end of the game here anyway and just tidy up. We're here for the story, so let's get on with the story. Rations are full, good stuff. I've forgotten how to get in. I think it's up here. Pretty sure it is up here. Try to get comfy and I'm kicking everything at the desk. Yeah, here we go. That there is probably the treasure, and it's going to be a way over. Yeah, I'm not going all that way out my way just now. Let's do the story. I'll come back for that later. And I'll do my best not to piss off my hosts. We don't need the cloak up anymore. Here we go.
Tell me Gorm still lives, Eivor.
It pains me to say. He does.
Thank you. His day will come. Oh, gods. I hate long speeches.
Only when you're not giving them.
Many of you knew my father, Halfdan the Black. A great man who achieved great things.
They buried Halfdan's leg near our temple. The crops have never grown taller.
They buried his arse near ours, and we get nothing but a muddy river.
I dream of something greater. A vast kingdom of warriors in numbers the world has never seen. United under one king, one rule. Too much blood has been spilled fighting one another. Today, we unify. and turn our blades outward to conquer new lands. And who better to lead us to glory than me? I was blooded before the age of 10, and I led the greatest army Norway has ever seen. But they say a wise king seeks honest counsel, so I ask, who among you rejects this new arrangement?
I am not your enemy, King Harald, but I will not be your subject. Tomorrow we sail for greener shores, and so my kingdom is yours.
This saddens me, noble Hjor. And does your wife agree? Is she not tired of limping ever westward?
My husband and I are as one in this, Lord. We do not limp together. We fly.
I'm sad to lose a woman of your spirit, Ljuvina. But I hold no grudge. May the fates grant you good luck.
Fair dues.
My king, I offer you my axe and my oath, ironclad.
Gorm Kjotveson, you dare show your face in this hall. Did not King Styrbjörn and his son Sigurd rid our lands of your foulness?
The Raven clan dishonored me, great king. They poisoned my father, Kjotve. They made a mockery of his honorable death.
Backrout, you lie!
Hold, Eivor. Let it play out.
This is a serious charge, Gorm, and a false one at that. My uncle saw your father die. Eivor Wolf-Kissed, you are Kjotve's slayer. This man has slandered your clan. What shall I do with him?
Ooh. Banish him.
Exile, Lord. Banish him to the wilds where even a slave could kill him with impunity.
A wise choice. Death would be too easy a way out. Gorm, I name you Worm and call you exiled. Leave these lands by the next full moon, or I will feed you to the crows myself.
Nice one.
King Harald, may I speak?
The floor is yours, King Styrbjörn.
My people have held our land since the days when Odin himself walked among us. My kingdom is humble, but we have paid for it in blood. Our victory over Kjotve is proof that we will not lay down without a fight. All here have buried friends, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. And I, for one, have had my fill of death. Let those who seek war look beyond our shores. If King Harald brings peace, then I am happy to bend my knee to him.
Oh.
What in hell's name are you doing, father?
Securing a lasting peace, Sigurd. Our days of fighting are finished.
You said nothing of this to me. Not a word. And I will not yield a title that should be mine by right.
Then war will continue. Men will die, villages will burn, you foolish boy. This is our only way towards true peace.
You will die a thrall, you drink-addled cow, alone and toothless in a bed of straw.
Forgive my son. He is ruled by his emotions.
I take no offense, Styrbjörn Jarl, and I thank you for your fealty.
Jarl now.
It is natural to fear change, to resist it. But all things change and all things end. The lessons of Ragnarok are clear. We will speak again soon.
So Harald's going to become the king of Norway.
That was an ambush, Lord. Did you know of Styrbjörn's plans?
For some days, yes, I did. But it was not at my urging. It was his decision alone. Do you dream of a glorious future, Eivor? A warrior like you would be a boon to my clan.
No.
My fate is tied to my brothers. Where Sigurd goes, I follow.
I wish I understood you better. For those I do not understand, I do not trust, and I cannot stomach a lack of trust.
You have nothing to fear from me, King Harald. My loyalty lies with my brother Sigurd, and I bear you no ill will.
Then know that if you stay in Norway, both you and your brother must serve under me. Take tomorrow to think on this.
Bollocks.
But let us leave these matters for another time. Tonight we will eat and drink like gods and wake in a kingdom made new.
Oh dear, Sigurd didn't take that very well at all. Wonder if he'll kill his dad and take his crown. Well, he's not got a crown anymore, technically. Because Harold named Styrbjorn king first, and then at the end of Styrbjorn's speech, named him Jarl, so...
Harald's colours. He's already marking his territory.
Marking? Gods, he's spraying like a horny pup.
Harald may be young, but he's clever. Do not underestimate him. He came of age very quickly.
Yeah, this is not going to be a... This is not going to be a pleasant speech that I'm going to walk into.
A little dice never caused any harm.
So we Styrbjorn now being a Jarl.
Open the door.
Come in. Keep your voice down. You will alert Harald's men.
Where will we live?
The English will fight back. The war.
Love it.
2 days ago, we rid this land of Kjotve and his dogs. Yet today, we do not celebrate. Today we cower under a cloud of fear. But it need not be like this. We are not the heel-trodden subjects of a boy king. We are the Raven clan. Our destiny is our own.
Did you know about your father's oath to Harold?
I did not. And for that my anger burns hotter than any man's here. But I will not let that drive me into despair. We cannot stay in Norway. Not under Harald's boot. Not without fueling more war. So we push forward. To newer lands. To England. And there make a new home. A kingdom of our own.
The sons of Ragnar Lothbrok have been in England 8 winters already. Is there any land left for a clan of our size?
More than enough, wife. Of the 4 kingdoms of England, only one is truly pacified.
I have no desire to wear Harald's leash. I like this idea.
A saga for the ages. I agree.
It will take time and resources to build ourselves a new home, but the riches taken from Kjotve's raid would suffice.
No. That belongs to my father, as a fair compensation. In England, we must start anew.
You would start us with nothing? In a land we do not know? Among people who hate us?
Kjotve's riches would go some way to easing our passage, Sigurd. I bested him. It is within my rights to claim his goods.
Our leaving must not be an assault on my father. It is a time of renewal for us.
If you object, I understand. Let your father keep Kjotve's riches. England will have riches and cargo enough for us.
Good. I did not want this cloud hanging over us. It is a wise leader who considers the need of others.
To England then, before the day is out. Pack what you need, but no more than that.
And tighten your lips. The last thing we need is the attention of Harald's troops. How much did you hear?
Enough. A new path is revealed and your journey will be challenging.
Will you not join us?
For my mother's sake, I cannot. But our threads will cross again before the final day. Until then, farewell.
Ooh. You brace yourselves because you're going to get some history lessons in the next few episodes. I love talking history, honestly. I'll start quietly just by saying that what Sigurd said there is true. England was only 4 kingdoms and then smaller sort of barons and dukedoms, baronies and dukedoms and things like that. I think it was... I think the kingdoms in England, and English people feel free to jump in, because up here we Scots don't have to learn your history, so we don't have to learn about the sort of regal dynasties of England through the the Saxons and then the Normans, then the Tudors and all of that stuff. We don't have to do any of that. So I again, this is just stuff that I've picked up in my own learning, my own sort of watching stuff and reading books. But I believe that it was now I'm scared to do this now. Is it not something like Shropshire, Lincolnshire? London wasn't a kingdom, I don't think. I can't remember the other two. But anyway, we'll see them anyway when we see the map. But yeah, this isn't a unified England. I don't think England was unified until just a little after this period. He said, question mark. We'll see. I'll learn more as we go through this game anyway, because no doubt the game will need to talk to me about the power dynamics in the game. But yeah, I think England was still recovering from the Romans having left, and then a subsequent new immigration of Danes, Germans. The French didn't come until the 11th century, as most of you guys probably know. And for the next 300 years it would be a succession of Saxon kings and Danish kings. And we'll talk more about the makeup when we get there. We'll have to, because it might be quite weird for people to see England not being the England that they recognise. It's cool though. Ooh, cloudberries. Ah, my rations are full. So down to Sigurd at the docks. We've still got plenty of time. Here we go.
Eivor, the wind favors us. We should set sail without delay.
You made quick work of packing. Well done.
The dream of new lands is a powerful lure.
As is the promise of glory. But the act of leaving so beloved a home, there is a sadness to it.
Having doubts?
No, not at all. The die is cast.
Then let fate guide our journey. Are you ready?
Yes.
I am ready. Let us take to the water and leave unbothered while we have the chance.
That chance is past. Look!
Fate flies on swifter wings than we.
King Harald's banner.
Sigurd, what is this assembly? What are you planning?
An exit, father. As graceful as I can. For if I cannot be king in the land of my birth, I will start a new saga. In England.
Nonsense. Your place is here, son, at my side. There will be other victories soon. Other glories.
My choice is made, father. Do not hope otherwise.
Styrbjorn Jarl. Our men were killed as we patrolled nearby. And the word is, Eivor swung the axe.
If the dead could speak, what would they say of their deaths, wolf-kissed?
They would tell you how they offered us insults, and how I slew them for it.
As the dead cannot defend themselves, a vergelt is wanted. 50 weight of silver for each life. By law.
50 weight?
You will have it from me. A parent must pay the price of his children's folly.
That was generous, Lord.
Why England? Why throw away all you have for such an uncertain future? Here you could be a king's hero, Eivor. Your name known all across Harald's many kingdoms.
No. I'll not be captive to another man's gaudy design. My destiny is my own to weave.
Eivor speaks for both of us, father. You gambled your honor, and you lost your family. I hope the trade was worth it.
Anger and sadness wrestle for my heart, but I am glad you'll leave this place alive.
I think if we had chosen to take the wealth with us, We would have lost it there anyway.
The time for tears is over, you weeping sacks of wool! Put some muscle into those bulls!
Ration your strength, dog. We have an ocean to cross.
All right, you lazy backrout. Sigurd, what's our course?
The sons of Ragnar established a settlement near the coast. We set sail for them. Raggi, sing a song to lift our hood.
To rouse the gods! Inspire a mighty fart from Thor to speed us on our way!
An ocean lies before us, Eivor, and on its far side, a new kingdom awaits.
You know England well from your travels.
I spent a season in their kingdom of Mercia, a temperate
Mercia.
land, lush and wild. By now, the sons of Ragnar will have claimed its heart.
Do we mean to join their army?
They will join ours. In time, all of England will know of Raven Clan and the glory we brought to that fractured land. So to England! Glory and destiny!
To England!
To England! For Valhalla!
And there's our title screen. So that was basically the last three. This will be the fourth episode of this has been a tutorial. And in case you're wondering, or you will be wondering, you don't know who this is yet. I'll tell you, don't worry. But I'll let her do the talking first.
In a lecture at the University of Cambridge, Dr. SAGA told a worried audience that scientists have few answers for them.
Since the mass coronal ejection of 2012, the strength of the Earth's magnetic field has increased by a factor of 50,000. This has resulted in huge disturbances in radio and satellite communications, dangerous bands of radiation around the poles, and as we can all see from our window, an aurora borealis that never burns away. Unfortunately, we are stumped as to why this is happening, and if we cannot find an answer soon, it may change the way we live, the way we communicate, even the way we evolve, forever.
Dr. SAGA went on to say,
Bought you more electrolytes? Oh, new and improved citrus flavor.
Thanks, Sean.
That'll be an earthquake.
How do we fix this? How are you the key to everything?
Eivor. Here's what's left of Eivor. Right, I suppose I better do the introductions then. So, you can see it says there, welcome Layla. This is Layla Hassan, who was a former Abstergo researcher and scientist. And she basically took Abstergo's Animus project and made it portable and far, far more detailed. She basically improved on their Animus. And she demonstrated the improved Animus in Origins originally. So at that point she was still sort of, but not quite working for Abstergo. She wanted to be credited with her improvements to the Animus. And she thought she could do that by using the Animus to find something in that would be useful to Abstergo, and she was using Bayek, the assassin from Origins. She was using his DNA to track down a piece of Eden, and in the end she ended up joining the assassins instead because Abstergo sent special forces to kill her and her friend. She then features in Odyssey, desperately looking for Cassandra, who is the canon assassin from Odyssey, even although you can pick to play either Alexios or Cassandra, and they have their own distinctive storylines. Cassandra was officially made canon by Ubisoft, so she's the one that actually features in the lore. And Layla was heavily involved in trying to find Cassandra's history and what was so important about her. And I won't talk too much about that because that's actually really interesting to find out as that game goes on. But now we've got Layla in England looking for Eivor, who she's clearly found, trying to stop a world-ending event again, similar to the one that Desmond stopped in 2012. That was what that scientist was talking about there, the mass coronal ejection. That was what Desmond gave his life to stop the Earth from being destroyed. That was the event that Desmond was involved in. And now there's something similar happening. The mass coronal ejection has damaged the Earth's magnetic field by increasing its strength, and so generating a lot of electromagnetic and radioactive interference on Earth, which could potentially be life-threatening. And it kind of looks like an end of days colour scheme here, although it also just looks like autumn. If I look out my window, the world pretty much looks like this at the minute to me. So
you're a long way from home, Eivor.
So this is Eivor's glorious end. This is what happened. These are some of the goods she was buried with, and this is typical. You can find a lot of this type of stuff in England and Scotland. Viking burials. Nothing there looks out of the ordinary. You've got Eivor's remains, you've got the grave goods she was buried with. Looks like her weapons. There's a shield, there's a sword and a dagger on her right hand side. She was buried with food and drink, probably with ornaments that were important to her as well. A lot of this stuff here is grave goods that she came out with, arrows, bits of pottery and stuff that was part of her grave goods, part of her burial. So nothing unusual there. We'll jump in and talk to Sean.
Tea is not actually tea, Bex. It's an infusion. It's really just dirty, minty water.
I don't care what you call it, Sean. Did you buy any?
Of course I did, love.
Hey, sorry
Rebecca
about pulling
and
you
Sean.
out. The generator was sputtering.
That's fine. I needed air.
How was the Animus data stream? Comfortable?
Felt pretty stable after a while.
Good. Just give me a sec and you can jump back in.
So Sean's gotten old,
Another
and
satellite
so has
came down.
Bex.
Did you see?
I did. One of Abstergo's.
That's good.
Well, most of North America just lost its GPS service, so depends what you mean by good, really.
Right. Even when we win, we lose.
Okay, we're all set. Whenever you're ready, you can jump back in.
I'm going to jump straight back in because not a lot of this is actually interesting in this game. This here is important, but it relates to Odyssey, and I'd rather you guys found that out from Odyssey. Back in we go. This is Layla's animus that she's been
All right,
tinkering
time to
with
go.
for years.
Norway to England takes about a week by long ship, so I'll scrub ahead.
She's not looking very well.
Layla, you okay?
Sorry. Can you play the message again?
We have the transcript. If you're looking for something, I can go and...
No, I want to hear it.
Okay.
I don't mean to be cryptic. It's just... that message led us here. To this place. To a Norse grave in North America. So those bones out there are the only lead we have. Our only chance at fixing this planet before it's too late.
Here it is.
I lived, I died, and now I sleep. And in my sleep I dream. And in my dreams I see an end to the doom that will grip the earth once again. Find the wolf-kissed. Find the mad one. Find me. And save us all from another death.
Unsettling, that is.
That pulse in the message. Are you sure it's just coordinates? Nothing else?
Nothing I can find.
Okay, I'm ready.
Here we go.
So one, that was North America, not England. I apologise for that. I'd forgotten it was North America. And it's not surprising to find a Viking in North America, although I don't think North America has as many Viking burials as Europe. But the Vikings, as you know, the Vikings discovered America before Christopher Columbus. Discovered parts of America before Christopher Columbus. England in 873.
There she is. England, our new home.
Not a patch on Norway, but we'll make this land our own soon enough.
I'm glad to see any land at all. And will be happy to have my feet on solid ground again.
We must not rush our landing. All you see here is Saxon territory. The Kingdom of Mercia, largely unpacified. There will be eyes watching us from the trees, with bows drawn and traps set.
Yep.
We must be wary. Randi! Dig in your oars! All standing!
Have you spotted something?
Not yet. Well, let us go ahead to clear the path of any dangers. Then follow our lead when the sun brushes the horizon.
Understood! May Thor bless you all on your way! We will see you soon!
Sail on!
Yes! I'm ready for whatever these green-thumbed fairy folk have to throw at us.
Sigurd, do the sons of Ragnar know that we're coming?
They do not. But they will not scoff at our visit. Of the 4 kingdoms in England, the sons of Ragnar have settled only one. The rest is ripe for the taking.
Do we mean to join their army?
No, no. We will speak with them, get the lay of the land, and carve this country into as many pieces as we see fit.
Look ahead there! Is that what passes for a town? Plain brick in a single rune to their timid god?
That rune is called a root, Doug. The cross upon which their god was sacrificed.
Yep.
It sits atop a monastery, a place of worship.
That cross killed their Christ, and now they display it in worship? Bizarre.
We carve idols of our gods and make wishes before them. Like our sacrifices to Odin the One-Eyed.
But we do not worship the wolf that kills him. That is the difference.
Whatever strangeness we see in these Saxons, they must think the same of us.
Yep.
The hammer! Now there is a symbol worthy of a god. A bolt of lightning would take that cross clean off.
Right, I'm gonna have to do the history stuff a bit quicker than I thought I was gonna. Right. There we go. Right, okay. So, Northumbria, Mercia, East Anglia, and Wessex. There you go. 4 kingdoms of England. My apologies to English people. There we go. Northumbria, Mercia, East Anglia, and Wessex. So they were the 4 kingdoms of England, and in them is different counties. Hamptonshire, Oxfordshire, Gloucestershire, Grantbridgeshire, Essex, Wessex, Sussex, and Middlesex. So I suppose I'd better do a bit of talking here. This is going to bore the pants off you guys, but we'll do it as quickly as possible. Right, the Romans left England in 400, in the 5th century anyway, 440, what used to be called AD, but I think we've changed the terminology now. So the Romans leave, the outposts of the empire become untenable as the sort of empire's expansion contracts back on itself. The heart of the empire is being attacked. The tribes that were subjugated have taken advantage of the fact that the Romans have gotten a bit lazy and their army's not quite what it once was. So as more and more attacks happen on the European mainland, there are less and less forces to send to keep outposts like the British Isles in hand. And so eventually London is one of the last sort of outposts, and then the Romans leave. And they just up and leave. They don't demolish everything that they left behind, they just go. They pack their stuff up and leave. And so you have various settlements that are still in one piece. I think the main ones were Manchester, London, and what is York, but I think it was called something like Ebicarium or something like that. Londinium, Eboracum or Ebicarium or whatever it is, and Manchester was something weird. I can't even think what that was called. So those were the big Roman settlements, obviously, stone cities, paved roads, villa type housing. You know what Roman architecture looks like, you've seen enough films. Then the Angles, the Saxons, and the Jutes, whatever they're called, they all move in. So they're coming from Germany, they're coming from Denmark, and they settle in the places that the Romans left. But they don't always settle in the cities because the culture that they're coming from is open country and farming. So they prefer to build their wooden huts with their thatched roofs and practice their agrarian economy. Some of the chiefs of the tribes that come across decide that stone walls make better sense than wooden walls, and they do settle in London and in York, which becomes Jorvik, which is where York comes from. And if you've been to York, you've probably been to the Jorvik Viking Museum. Great place to go. Highly recommend that. I'm not paid for advertising that, by the way. That's just a personal preference plug. I've been there and I've been through it. Brilliant place. They obviously settle in Manchester, and they settle in other areas, and gradually they begin to take over the rule of the country. So you've probably heard the term Anglo-Saxon. This is Anglo-Saxon England. Welcome to Anglo-Saxon England. Anglo-Saxon England by now is 400 years established, since we're in 873, and it's Anglo-Saxon kings that sit on the thrones in the Four Kingdoms, and the Vikings begin to raid and take territory. Now you can see how they've managed to do that. We are here sailing along river inlands. So we've come in here off the coast of Lincolnshire. Excuse my hoarse voice there. We've come in off the coast of Lincolnshire. So we've come in from the North Sea, come in through this inlet in Lincolnshire, and we're sailing. I know my arrow's facing that way, but that's because that's the way Eivor's facing in the boat. We are sailing along these sort of rivers, and because the Viking longships were shallow bottomed, it means that they can sail their ships straight in off the sea right into the heartland of the English territories. So it's not hard to see why the Viking raids were so devastating, and two, so successful. Their way of sailing, their way of navigating was literally made to sail all these sort of rivers and estuaries and get them right into the heart of the territories. They didn't have to land an army on the coast and then march that army inland. They could literally sail right into the heart of your territory. So obviously England wasn't the only place, there's Jorvik there, England wasn't the only place that was settled by Vikings. Orkney in Scotland has a Scandinavian, part of their culture is Scandinavian. Shetland as well. Shetlanders actually, I believe themselves to be a lot closer to Norway than they do Scotland, simply because of how far they are from the I think the Shetland's actually closer to Norway than it was Scotland, and also Shetland was Norwegian territory that was given to Scotland on the marriage as part of a marriage agreement as well. So the Vikings basically sailed right on in, and when I say right on in, I mean right on in to England, and just started taking apart what the Anglo-Saxons had built. Remembering, of course, that when the Romans left, there was such a massive vacuum.
What are they doing?
Ritual drowning.
Baptism, Dag. Are the ways of Christians really so unfamiliar to you?
Not at all. I simply forgot. And someone has to keep the conversation up.
So there's baptism happening.
Priests and worshippers alone in that place. We could storm this port with ease. Sack it without breaking a sweat.
Is there much in the way of treasure there?
Always! They shape precious metals and cut jewels to their gods. There will be a fortune there.
Later, Dag. There will be time enough for raiding once we have settled.
So we are looking for a Viking settlement that...
Stop the boat! Pull up over there! The way forward is blocked by a chain spanning the river.
And this was one of the defences, sorry, I should...
A chain? Can we cut through it?
It's too thick for access. But there must be a way to release it somewhere in that camp.
I will go.
And I will be right behind you.
No, Dad. You stay here. Should trouble come our way, I want you defending the ship.
A good idea. Send out the arrow and keep your sharpest axe at hand, huh?
Something like that.
Hey, there's no need for this.
Dag's an asshole. So, we need to get off the boat. How do I get off the boat? It's genuinely not letting me off the boat. I think this is glitched. Fantastic. Well, that's brilliant. I don't know how to jump start this. Melee leads to critical range and stealthy. I'll take that just now. There we go. That's Frida. So, obviously the Anglo-Saxons were not just going to let Vikings wander in. After they figured out what was going on, this was one of the defences. Chain-link defences across a harbour is not something new.
I should not be
The
seen
Greeks
in this area.
had something similar, and so did the I forget what I was going to say there. So did the Byzantines.
Hey, wait!
Whoops!
Shoot! Shoot!
Well, I'm trying to get her down onto the platform, but all she's doing is jumping between these. Well, that... Brilliant. So... Is he coming back up? No, he's not, so I'm going to have to get down myself. Fantastic. Sometimes the controls in this game are not friendly.
With me.
I want to parry him. Absolutely gutted that man is. So one of the criticisms I had in this game is, I know you guys are probably going to be the same as the majority that played this game. But hammers and axes, yeah. Vikings used hammers and axes, right? Danish bearded axe is one of the most recognisable weapons in history, right? Oh wow. And one of the most familiar weapons that Vikings had as well was single-handed swords. They had a lot of single-handed swords, because a sword was a well-forged sword was like worth more than gold to the Vikings. And yet, there we go. There was no single-handed swords in the main game that you could use, that you could purchase or find. They didn't add them until they added one of the 2 DLCs, and I think it's the one set in France. And a lot of people were like, "But hang on a minute, the Ulfberht
I might be able to shoot it.
sword, one of the most famous discoveries, which I think was found in France."
James away! Eivor, back to the boat! We should be close. Barring any more surprises.
They're waiting on me there, so yeah. So there was no single-handed swords in the game, and it's like, well, what are you doing? Like, I think it was because there had been, like most of the Assassin's Creed games, swords are pretty much all you have, and they wanted a chance to kind of change that up, but they could have changed it up somewhere else.
We press on until we reach our goal. We cannot afford another surprise. Now be on your guard. It should not be far.
Gods, I'm ravenous. I hope they have food and ale on hand when we arrive. You should have sent word ahead of us, Sigurd, to get something on the spit.
If Halfdan, Ubba and Ivar Ragnarsson are lacking food in England, then all of us will starve. Have no worry.
Ah, I can see it now. A suckling pig, tender and juicy, and the ale as gold as the treasures that we failed to steal back there.
A man of simple pleasures, aren't you, Dag?
That's because he's a simple man.
For my part, I look forward to standing in the footsteps of the giants that built this land.
What giants?
The great Romans and their empire. Giants of a forgotten age. They held dominion here long ago, and their ruins dot the landscape. Every brick and stone tells a story of conquest and glory. And now, they are rubble and ash.
Ready to be remade. We will rebuild their empire, brick by brick.
Yeah, right then.
And ours will not crumble to dust.
All things end, Todd. The ruins are not warning. They are a testament. Look there, just ahead, where the sons of Ragnar make their camp.
At last, to find our feet on steady ground.
Sigurd, hold back. Something isn't right.
Good eye. There's too little movement for an army. Only tents and a few men.
Not the army we hope to find?
No. Let us get a closer look.
So this is supposed to be the settlement of Halfdan Lothbrok, one of the sons of Ragnar who came across.
Those are not Norsemen. They're too
And we're in Grantbridgeshire.
We should proceed on foot, lest they spot the boats.
Dag and I will go together.
We all go. If they are friends, I wish to meet them as a guard. And if they are foes, then we fight them all, together. Who are these men?
They speak with twisted accents. English, no doubt.
Dag, Eivor! On me!
My guess would be either deserters or scavengers. Anglo-Saxon England wasn't really a peaceful place. There was always a bit of fighting going on.
Oi, what's this? A mess of filthy Danes befouling our riverways?
You there,
Give us your name. I am Sigurd Jarl of Fornberg. And you are...
Men who do not take kindly to Dane invaders creeping into our camp. You'd best move along, pagan. Spare yourselves a slaughter.
You threaten Norsemen with a play of swords and expect us to cower?
I have been 8 days at sea without a drop of blood to wet my axe. So spare the chatter, Buckerout, and draw your weapon.
Oh! Let's...
Oh, here we go.
You have what you wish for, Zach.
It's the only now already!
Who are these people?
Back up, make me angry!
Let Dag handle them then, since he wants to.
No, scum!
Die, you!
Ah, get knotted. Ah. Yeah, they fight dirty. Oh, I've had enough of messing around with these guys. Oh yes, the rest of the crew have joined in. Yeah, this isn't going to go these guys' ways. Imagine a bunch of Saxon bandits thinking they could take on a fully trained Viking crew. See that guy there? He's really getting up my nose. Whoa. Good for you to die, mate. Oh. Wow, yeah.
Have a look around, all of you. I want no more surprises.
Right. I will check the longhouse.
So this is no longer Viking territory. As you can see, it looks like it's been a while since anybody was here. This is all overgrown. It looks like it's basically just a bandit camp. There's no doors on the longhouse, but there is an alarm system.
Who are you? Are you with those brigands as well?
Sigurd, Dag, in here. Those men had prisoners.
You there! Untie us! Let us walk and we will not hurt you!
Quite bold in those bindings. I like your spirit.
We are very agreeable people, I promise. You need not kill us.
Peace, friend. We have no need or wish to hurt you. What are your names?
Yenli. I'm a merchant, not a bandit like those others. And this is Rowan.
Rowan, that's right. I'm a stable hand, that's all. I keep horses and, well, I did, till those brigands sold them off.
They meant to sell us next, as slaves to the nearest bidder. But I ripped their eyes out before I let that happen.
And how did you find yourselves here?
We came to trade with the sons of Ragnar, at Halfdan Jarl's asking. But they were gone when we arrived.
Unbind them. You know the sons of Ragnar?
Aye. Sold many a mare and stallion to the brothers. Good men. Always paid me fair.
From the look of this camp, they've been gone for some time. Where will you go now? What will you do?
Rebuild my stocks, start anew. I have friends and allies across the land to aid me, but it won't be easy.
Every town and village needs a stable to keep horses fit and trim. I'll find my footing again. Somewhere.
Here.
What are you thinking?
We could use their skills as we get settled. Having access to trade and someone to tend our mounts would be a boon.
My thoughts as well. Any friend of the Ragnarsons is a friend of mine. Right, Dag?
Whatever you think is best, Sigurd.
Yep, because you're stupid and can't think for yourself.
Rowan, I am Sigurd Jarl of Fornberg, son of Styrbjörn. This is Eivor and Dag. Both of you are free to go, but more than welcome to stay if you're willing to pull your weight.
We'd be happy to, if only to get back on our feet.
Then let it be done. The Raven clan welcomes you.
Nice. We've made friends already in England.
From strangers into friends into family. The others have arrived. Come.
It won't take them long, to be honest.
I have a good feeling about this place.
Honored family, friends, welcome to your new home.
You're seeing it getting slowly rebuilt here. The cool thing is, what they've probably done is taken apart some of the boats to make the repairs. Because they were planning on staying, they weren't planning on sailing again, and they can always make new boats. Brilliant, eh? And just like that, what was a deserted settlement becomes a thriving settlement again. Cleaned up the roads, made space for new buildings that they can put up as and when. The longhouse is there though, so the most important building. Look at that. That was a crap hole when we first arrived.
A longhouse to rival any I've seen. Now come. Randvi has found something I would like you to see.
We're getting close to the end of this episode, guys, but
Eivor,
bear with me a little bit
Sigurd.
longer.
I give you England and its 4 kingdoms. Mercia, East Anglia, Northumbria, and Wessex. From the few plans and maps I discovered here, I believe the Sons of Ragnar have pushed further into Mercia, here. My scouts will soon tell me if I am correct.
And where are we?
Here, in this unnamed copse of trees.
Unnamed? We cannot let that stand. What will we call this place?
I might have an idea. Ravensthorpe, the village of ravens.
Ravensthorpe.
I like it. The poet in you sings once again. One day this name will be known throughout all of England.
A name is only a beginning. If we want renown, we must build, expand.
Agreed. We should begin with a forge. Can you help Gunnar get working again?
You'll need cargo, supplies.
For that our neighbors will provide, whether they wish to or not.
Scarcely arrived, and now we must raid.
We cannot master this land merely by asking.
I'll go and speak with Gunnar now.
So, we are gonna call it here. But I just quickly want you to note something that might be coming up. So, as many of you might have noticed, the British Isles has a distinctive shape. If these are the 4 kingdoms of England, Wessex, Mercia, Northumbria and East Anglia, then what is to the west here? Why are these not kingdoms of England? The reason is that they're culturally different and distinct. What's over here is the remnants of the Celtic culture that was here when the Romans first arrived. And to the north as well. You've probably heard of Hadrian's Wall and the Antonine Wall. So north of Northumbria is wildlands inhabited by Celtic and Pictish tribes that are not united, but were fierce enough that the Romans had to go, we ain't going up there. To the west is where what would eventually become Wales. They were just as wild, and in fact they were quite stubborn in the resistance of the Roman invasion of Britain. And then you've got the Cornishmen as well, and all of these are culturally different and distinctive from Anglo-Saxon England, so that's why they're not part of the four kingdoms of Anglo-Saxon England, because they were never subjugated by the Romans, and so instead of them moving in and across, they held what land they had and the Anglo-Saxons moved in. Just a quick point I wanted to make there. But thanks once again, guys. You have joined me and you have been very, very patient in waiting for the end of this episode to come. So I do thank you very much for your patience. I will see you again for another episode. Stick around, there will be more content on screen. There will be a link to subscribe to my channel, plus a video and a playlist of this series in case you need to catch up. And whatever you get up to, be well and take care of each other. I will see you real soon for another episode of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Bye for now.